Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Charlotte and today we are going to make a November TBR. If you're not really sure what a TBR is, it is to be read and it's basically a list to, tell you guys, anyone who wants to listen, what I am planning to read in November. Full disclosure, I do not pressure myself to finish any of these books. A TBR for me is a guideline of what I think would be fun to read, either, for a specific month or for the season or whatever it is. And if I am not feeling a book at the end of the month, I'm not going to make myself read it. I will read something different. I'm just a very undecisive person. Blah, 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 blah. I don't make decisions easily. I'm very undecisive. So a TBR helps me go through the books I have, find something that triggers my interest, and when I go back to find a new book, when I'm done with the book, I kind of limits myself to what I am allowed to look at first. So today I'm going to pick 5 books and 1 for good luck. So 6 books in total. And those are the 6 books I am going to look at first before I look at the rest of my collection. So yeah, let's see how many books we get through in November first of all, because Christmas, it's coming in rapidly. And yeah, I am very intrigued also by the TBR jar, but I didn't have time. Well, I had time. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to look for a jar because I think if we have a jar still, because we have a tendency to throw them out. If we have any, they're down in a storage space. I didn't want to go down and look for it. It just sounded like a horrible thing to do. So we have a TBR bucket, and the bucket is a popcorn bucket, because why wouldn't you have a popcorn bucket in your home? I have 2. So you should at least have 1. So yeah, we have them in here. I made some. It doesn't look that full. I mean, a jar would look way fuller, but hey ho. And even though they're different colors, they're not color coordinated in any way, shape or form. I just thought it was fun to use different colored paper. So yeah, I have books. I have 2 books in front of me and my Kindle. I also have a list in front of me, actually, of some books that I have on my Kindle that I don't have a physical copy of. We're going to see what we get, okay? We're going to see what we end up reading in November. First one says, a cover you like. Okay, a cover I like. What cover do I like? I don't really know. I have to be honest with you, I haven't thought that much about it. I know what covers I don't like, I'm not that big of a fan of a naked man on my cover. Not that I mind. I don't mind naked men. Just don't want them on the cover of my books. This is, by the way, the only man I want on any cover in my house. And this follows along with him when he is team principal, follows him for a year through the entire season in 2022. This is the only man I actually want on a cover, but I don't know if it goes on the cover I really like. So maybe I'm not allowed. Maybe Gunther has to go back. Maybe I'm not allowed to actually read Gunther. I do really like this one. I think this one is a very cute cover. This is also a Formula One romance. This one is about Maya and Noah. And Noah is the Formula One driver and Maya is his teammate's sister. So it's forbidden love, it's fast cars and racing hearts. And I did just read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher and I really did enjoy it. So maybe this one, or I don't know why this has a bookmark inside. I don't really need the bookmark or the thingy to return it. And the other one that I really like the cover of is this one. It's Caraval. I haven't gotten around to reading it. I know the 3rd one just came out and people are raving about it, but I haven't gotten around to reading the 1st one yet. I'm itching. This one is about 2 sisters. They have been waiting, from what I can gather, I might be wrong, their entire life to be invited to, well, it's just called Caraval. Which I'm guessing is like a circus or something like that, where you have to have an invitation to join. It's a week-long adventure. It's a week-long event. But at midnight, the first night, all of the visitors become players and the players have to solve, I'm guessing, a lot of riddles and stuff like that to get through to the next round. Winning never comes without loss. As long as you're in some type of competition, somebody always loses, right? So they're 2 sisters. I think one of the sisters also, well, they get separated. I'm not sure if one of them gets abducted or, they get held captive, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know. Or maybe they just like a free roam chicken and free roaming chicken and they just do their own thing. What do I know? I haven't read it, but I think I'm actually going to go with this one. We're going to do this one as the first book, and this is the cover I actually think It's very pretty. It's very simple. So we're gonna do Caraval for the first one. We're gonna pick the second one. This one says will make you laugh. So I have to pick a book that I've heard somebody say they LOL'd of reading. So literally made them giggle, laugh, or laugh in their mind, which a lot of people do when they read and don't really laugh out loud. But it was funny. And the first book that comes to my mind is this one. It's How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. But it's also this one, which is Lights Out by, what's her name? Nevessa Allen. And that's fantasy. I just picked fantasy, sorry. You guys can't see the book I'm pointing at. This is the one that I already picked, right? That's fantasy from what I understand. I don't think that's a smutty fantasy, but I might be wrong. I might prove myself wrong. This one is definitely smutty. This one is, it says a candy cane filled enemies to lovers, festive fake dating romance to spice up everyone's stalking this Christmas. So it is a Christmas book, and I've heard about the candy cane scene in this one. That intrigues me a lot. I kind of want to read it just for the candy cane scene. I also kind of want to read Lights Out. This one is dark romance. From what I understand, it's like a rom-com dark romance. So there is dark elements to it. It's a stalker romance. I'm guessing there is some activities that not everybody do every day. Even though you're married, you might not do these activities. But I think I can do it. Like, I am a little skeptical of some dark romances because I'm afraid they're going to be too dark for my pure soul. But when you have humor in them, it might just be the thing for me. So maybe I should just go for Lights Out. Because yeah, this is it. Like I said, it is a stalker romance. Please read the trigger warnings before you go into this one. I kind of want to read it though. I kind of want to read it. We're gonna go with this one. We are gonna go with this one and hope that it makes me laugh, because if it's a dark romance that's just a dark romance, I might cry. Let's hope it makes me laugh. The next one I got was seasonal themed. And for me, it's either a book that I associate with autumn or a book that gives me like spring feeling, summer feeling. It might be set over summer, might be set over spring, yada, yada, yada. And I guess I didn't have to choose because now I can just read this one. Now I can read the candy cane scene. It also kind of scares me that I get to read the candy cane scene. But hey ho, let's go. If there's not a Santa going, you're my ho 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 in this book, immediately you lose a star, okay? I need at least one ho 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 kind of joke in this one. That made me very happy actually, because I really want to read those two. Fourth book, and it's another green one. This one says start a new series. So it has to be a series. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. It can't be that one. This is the first book in the Dirty Ear series, so I could read that one, or I could read Flawless. I could read Twisted Love. I could also do Binding 13, but that's such a thick boy. Oh my god, that's such a thick boy. I don't think I have the stamina to do a thick boy. I also have The Deal, which is the first book in the Off-Campus series. And I could read Butcher and Blackbird because there's 2 books in that series as well. I'm just trying to see, what else do I have? I also have the Lakefront Billionaire series, but that is also kind of a thick boy. Wait, I'm gonna go find it. So these were the 2 I found that I actually didn't bring over because I have so many romances. So it's the Lakefront Billionaire series, it's Love Redesigned, and it's Behind the Net, but I'm still very irritated because you can clearly see she's in front of it. So that's false advertisement. So just for that alone, I might not want to, like, that irritates me. The name is Behind the Net. You could at least put her on top of the goal behind the net. I know it makes no sense to behind the net because, it doesn't make sense. I get that, but it irritates the living crap out of me that she is in front of the net. Well, they are in front of the net and it's called Behind the Net. It irritates me so badly. I don't know why I picked up this book because, well, I didn't see it when I picked it up. That's kind of why I picked it up. Oh, I'm gonna put it away. But yeah, we also, like I said, I also have this one. This is Julian and Dahlia, and what trope are you, my loving friend? This is childhood rival, family friend, feud, enemies to lovers kind of vibes. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of enemies when you're a billionaire because I guess somebody wants that inheritance. I don't really know. I could do this one. I do really like a good Lauren Asher book. I could also, if I want to read Lauren Asher, do the Throttled one, the first in the Dirty Air series. I am a little skeptical to reading Formula One books, and the main reason is I know the sports, yes, plural. I know the sport when they make big mistakes about the sports. sports, apparently it's still plural. It irritates me a little. It doesn't make me dislike the book. I get a little hung up on it. I don't really like it. So I am a little skeptical of reading Throttle, but maybe I should just power through. But I am also very intrigued to start the Chestnut Spring series. This is a bull writer and he has to, I don't know, fake date. He gets a babysitter because he cannot behave. His image, it's going south, okay? It's not good. Like nobody wanted this. What's your name? What is your name? It doesn't say their names. Why doesn't it say their name? Okay, can I figure out what your name is? Because now I'm irritated at you. Reth? What the fuck, Reth? Okay? What the fuck? Why are you ruining your image? Okay, you're young, you're hip. That made me sound very old. Why do you go and ruin your image? I don't get it. But yeah, I could also read that one. And then I have Twisted Love. I could also read Twisted Love. I did just read The Striker. And I thought it was fun at some points, too long at some other points, because does a sports romance really have to be almost 600 pages? I say no. But yeah, and that's the thing. This one is also a very thick boy. How many pages are you, my love? Acknowledgements. I don't need you to acknowledge me. What are you? Oh, you're extended epilogue. That one is also over 500 pages. Does a billionaire really have that much to say? I think not. Okay, well, I think we're going to go with either Flawless or Throttled. I've actually caved on that one because, you know, there's gonna be a break in November and I might need a hit. So it's gonna be one of these two, but maybe I should just pick the fifth one, like the last one, maybe I should pick one of the next two first and then sit on this for a little bit and figure out which one I want to read. I think we're going to do that. I'm going to just sit on it for a little bit and then we're going to figure it out. This one says, not my favorite cover. I mean, I know I said that I really like him and I love him. And this is the only man that I can have on a cover. But I still don't like the cover. I mean, I like it because I like Gunther Steiner, but I don't like it because there's a man on my cover. And he's giving you like, you know, smoldy eyes. Do you see that? He's very intense. I wonder if this is his sexy face. Chris Evans? Chris Evans read this. Gripping, funny, real, exciting, a brilliant book. Okay, well, you have me. Am I allowed to pick this one? Or do I have to go over here, which is like a cover I actually don't really like? Because I don't like this cover, but at the same time, I do like this cover because I like him. This one says, not my favorite cover, and I mean, I don't really like this cover. I'm sorry. I love him. I think he's amazing, but I don't like people on my cover. Just the same, I don't like this one. I'm not really into pen pal cover, but I do like the side. I think the side is very pretty. It says, I'll wait forever if I have to, and yes, you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe I'll read you sooner rather than later. Oh my god, it itches. What do I pick? I can't postpone this one as well because I just postponed one. Okay, am I going to do it? Because I do really want to read this book, and I think this one will spark... No, I think maybe that one will spark more joy. Oh, am I just going to do that then? Am I just going to pick all of the Formula One books? Maybe I am. Maybe this is the month where I read a biography from someone that is actually in... Or maybe that will... maybe that will ruin that one for me. I think I have to read these before I read this one, don't I? No, I have the memory of a goldfish, so I don't think that will be a problem now that I think about it. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go to Formula One books. Okay, we're gonna go with those two. Now I only have one left. And apparently it's a green one. A lot of green. This one says dual POV. So I need a book that's dual POV, obviously. And then the question is, do I just go flawless? Do I keep on going in this series? Stand still. Or do I read a different one? This one also has dual POV, but oh, it's gonna fall. It's fine. This one also has dual POV, but it's a thick boy. I don't know if I want a thick boy. I don't think Powerless is dual POV. Do I have any? No, I don't. I don't even think I have anything on my Kindle that's dual POV. Oh my god, what do we do? It's Binding 30. I just said that I didn't want to read. This one because it's a thick one. And I'm like, hey, it's Binding 13. Is that dual POV? And that's even thicker. It's an even thicker one. But you know what? I really enjoyed the fine print. I thought that was a fun billionaire romance. Was it fantastic? No, it wasn't. There were parts of it that I really didn't enjoy, but there were parts of it I really did enjoy. So maybe I should just keep on going with terms and conditions. This one is about Declan and Iris, and Declan has to marry and impregnate someone to get his inheritance from his granddad. Rowan had it way easier because Rowan had to improve Dreamland, which is basically Disneyland. And Declan, they're like, oh no, your challenge is to fall in love and get her pregnant before you get your inheritance. What if Declan can't have kids? Is he just doomed? Because it turns out, that he is one of the unlucky one that can't have kids. Does it count if they adopt? Like, I have so many questions. So maybe I should just read this one. You also meet Iris in the first book. She is his secretary or his personal assistant or something along those lines. So they already kind of know each other, and it's supposed to be just like a one and done. They are going to get married. They're going to have a kid. I am guessing she gets paid for her time, and she gets like a payout when it's all over. And they have one rule, apparently, on the book. Well, they don't have, no, it doesn't say one rule. It says, falling in love was never an option, at least not for me. And apparently it was an option because we all know how these books end. It's not a secret. So apparently it was an option. You just didn't see it. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep on going in that series. I'm very proud of myself. Actually, very proud of myself. The only reason I started a new series was because, it told me to. It told me to start a new series. So I did, because I do listen to the Popcorn Bucket. Okay, if you guys want to know, we have dual POV. So we're going to do terms and conditions. And we have not my favorite cover, which, sorry, Gunter, I'm not really a fan of the cover, but I'm a very big fan of you. Then which one was the next one? Start a new series was the next one. And then we ended up with Throttled, which is, I don't know if I said much about it because I rambled a lot. Throttle, first book in the Dirty Air series. I really hope I like it because, as you can see, I do really like Formula One. God, my mouth is dry. Okay, yeah, hey ho. Then we have a seasonal read, which is going to be this Christmas book, and this is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. Then, we wanted one that would make us laugh, and I've heard that this one is very funny. Dark romance, like I said, please check your trigger warnings before you read this one. Even though it's supposed to be funny, it is still dark. It is a stalker romance. So please do so before you attempt reading it. And the first book we picked, a cover that, I like, and I picked this one. So it's Caraval. And I feel like even though most of them are like romance heavy, I still feel like we have different picks. This is fantasy. This is pure fantasy. And then, we have dark romance. Dark romance speaks for itself. Trigger warnings, check them. I'll repeat it every time I show you guys that book. Then we have a seasonal read, and even though this is also a romance, this is like kind of like enemies to lovers or fake dating during Christmas, and just the fact that it's Christmas makes it a little bit different for me. Then we have a sports romance, which is a completely different aspect to the romance. Also, I hope they don't ruin Formula One for me. Then we have kind of like a biography, Surviving to Drive, Gunther Steiner. I was about to say like my man crush, but he's really not. I just find him to be hysterical. And then last we have a billionaire book. A billionaire book. This is a billionaire book. Dreamland Billionaire is the series. So even though they're all romances, they're all kind of in their own category of romances, if you can say that. So yeah, I am excited to read all of them. Which one should I start with? But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. That was it. That was my TBR. And yeah, if you read any of these ones, please tell me and tell me what you rated. Don't spoil for me or for anyone else in the comments. But if you want to share, I would love to hear it. And if you don't have anything to say, you can always just leave an emoji or say hi. I would really appreciate it. That, or give the video a thumbs up, because it does really help me with the YouTube algorithm so more people find my videos. And last but not least, if you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my other videos. Once again, thank you guys so much for spending some of your precious time with me. I do really appreciate it, and I will hopefully catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.